Hey folks, want to come on here and do a quick solo podcast. This is going to be about Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday, number one best-selling author of The Obstacle is the Way and Ego is the Enemy. Quotation, a must-read in our noisy world, end quotation. Angela Duckworth, best-selling author of Grit, and you can go back to episode 20. We talk about passion and perseverance and that whole concept. Here's the front, side, and the back. It's a great stocking filler. Merry Christmas, by the way. If you don't celebrate it, that's no problem. So yeah, just thought I'd talk about it. Just the back quotation. In this age of constant distraction, the ability to choose the focused inner stillness that Ryan champions is more important than ever. End quotation. Mark Manson, number one best-selling author of The Supple Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Excuse my language. Stillness. That's a full stop, a period. All of the philosophies of the ancient world, from the Stoics to the Buddhists, to the Confucians, to the Christians, spoke of it as the most powerful force on earth. It's the ability to slow things down, to clarify your thinking, to center your soul, to direct your efforts, to be steady while the world spins. Stillness is the secret to elite performance, to leadership and creativity. It's the peace that makes room for happiness. It is the key to everything that matters. The question is, how can you find it? Question mark. And what would it be possible if you did? Question mark. Quotation, a wise and important read. End quotation. Manu Ginobili, four-time NBA champion and Olympic gold medalist. Quotation, whether you are an athlete, an investor, a writer, an entrepreneur, this little but soulful book will help open the door to a healthier, less anxious, more productive life and career. End quotation. Ariana Huffington. So let's get into it. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. We already talked about this. It's a popular self-help / philosophy book that shows how calm, clarity, and presence is essential for good decisions, deep focus, and a meaningful life. It draws on Stoic philosophy, Buddhism, practical wisdom, and stories from historical figures to show why stillness matters and how to cultivate it. Core structure of the book. Holiday divides the idea of stillness into three main domains. Number one, stillness of mind. Cultivating mental calm lets you think clearly and act wisely instead of reacting impulsively. This involves reducing distraction, e.g. from constant notifications or noisy schedules, and being fully present. Practices such as journaling, meditation, and limiting information help empty the mind so deeper insight, which we talked about on episode number 51, unlocking the power of insight. So one way of cultivating that is through stillness, which we're getting into now. Number two, stillness of spirit. Stillness isn't just about quiet thoughts, it also requires inner alignment with your values. Holiday emphasizes virtue, gratitude, and relationships over external success. Happiness doesn't come from achievement alone. Learning to say enough, quotation mark, and quotation mark, to stop chasing more and appreciate what you have is part of this spiritual calm. Number three, stillness of body. A calm mind needs a body that supports it. Sleep, exercise, and a mindful movement like walking or yoga help silence mental agitation. Breathing, physical rest, and rhythm are not indulgences. They are foundations of inner peace. Key themes and practical ideas. Number one, stillness isn't inactivity. It's not about withdrawing from life. It's about showing up fully and thoughtfully, especially in stressful situations. Number two, disconnect to reconnect. Setting boundaries with digital devices and overwhelming inputs lets you hear your own thoughts and priorities. Number three, embrace solitude and silence. Time alone without noise is an opportunity for self-reflection, deeper understanding, and creative insight. Number four, wisdom over busyness. Holiday encourages reading, learning, and questioning to develop perspective and avoid shallow reactions. Number five, manage ego and desire. Ego and unexamined desire disrupt peace, learning to let go. Resist impulses and let your own standards and set your own standards is vital. Number 6, build better routines instead of constant hustle. Discipline rhythms, sleep, work, reflection, create stability and space for stillness. Number 7, cultivate relationship and meaning. True stillness includes connection, loving others, being present with them, and giving time to what matters most. Why it matters. Holiday argues that stillness is a key to performance, resilience, and fulfillment. Whether you're a leader, artist, athlete, or everyday person, in a world full of noise, distraction, calm clarity helps you see what's essential and act with purpose rather than panic. We can go into chapter by chapter breakdown, but let's just get into this. Five minutes in. Stillness in business, as Ryan Holiday uses it in Stillness is the Key, means leading and working with clarity instead of chaos. It's not about doing less, it's about thinking better before acting. Here's how stillness shows up in business. Number 1, stillness of mind, better decisions. Great leaders pause before reacting, especially under pressure. They don't let emails, news, or opinions control their thinking. Clear thinking beats fast thinking in high-stakes situation. Business takeaway, the calmest person in the room usually has the advantage. Number 2, focus over frenzy. Busy, it doesn't equal being productive. Stillness helps you identify what actually matters, the 20% that drives results. Saying no is often more important than saying yes. Business takeaway, focus is a competitive advantage. Number 3, emotional control equals strategic power. Stillness helps manage ego, fear, and impatience. You don't chase every trend or panic during setbacks. You respond strategically instead of emotionally. Business takeaway, emotions cloud judgment. Stillness clears it. Maybe we'll be able to or get someone on to interview the next one. Number 4, sustainable performance. Burnout kills creativity and judgment, rest, reflection, and routines. Keep performance consistent. A steady rhythm beats constant hustle. Business takeaway, longevity wins over consistency. Love that longevity wins over consistency. Number 5, leadership presence. Still, leaders listen more than they talk. They create calm in teams during uncertainty. People trust leaders who aren't frantic or reactive. Business takeaway, your calm becomes your team's calm. In one sentence, in business, stillness is the key to clear thinking, strong leadership, smart decisions, and long-term success. Here are concrete examples Ryan Holiday uses or closely aligns with Stillness is the Key to show stillness in business and leadership. I'll keep them clear and practical. Number 1, Warren Buffett, thinking while others panic. Buffett is famous for doing nothing most of the time. He avoids constant news, ignores market noise, and waits patiently. During crashes when others panic, he stays calm and makes clear decisions. Stillness lesson. Stillness creates clarity when everyone else is emotional. Number 2, Steve Jobs, simplicity through stillness. Jobs regularly practice walking, silence, and reflection. Apple cut products instead of adding more. He believed, which I'd love to get onto the concept of the doing less. I think I mentioned on YouTube before, the book by Greg McKeown, Essentialism. So maybe we'll chat about that another day. Yes, here we go. He believed focus came from removing distractions, not chasing everything. Just to reiterate, Apple cut products instead of adding more. Okay, so you're out there in the new year, just double check. There's a great example by Steve Jobs, which I've known before, but reiterated in Dublin, where I learned the 80-20 principle, which Steve realized that I think 80% of his products were making, or 20% of his products were generating 80% of the results for Apple. And they had a big turnaround. The company wasn't doing so well. Pretty sure that's the example. Steve Jobs, 80-20 rule, product line. He may have got that insight from just being still, walking, reflection. So yeah, I have to double check. Steve Jobs applied the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, by ruthlessly focusing Apple's product line to achieve massive simplicity and clarity, cutting dozens of computer models down to just 4 core categories: desktops, laptop, consumer, and pro, to concentrate resources on the, quote, signal, end quote, high impact products like the iMac, the iPod, iPhone, and eliminate the, quote, noise, end quote, low value peripherals, complex opinions, distractions that bogged the company down, ultimately driving profitability and innovation. How Jobs applied the 80-20 to products. We must talk about the other day, a whole podcast on the 80-20, the Pareto principle. Number one, radical simplification. Upon returning to Apple in 1997, he slashed the sprawling, confusing product lineup, which was drowning the company, down to 4 core quadrants. Number two, focused on core, quote, signal, end quote. Resources were poured into developing these few key products, ensuring they were exceptional rather than spending efforts thin across many mediocre ones. Number three, eliminated, quote, noise, end quote. This meant cutting printers, scanners, and other peripherals that weren't central to Apple's mission, even if they were guaranteed some revenue. Strategic, quote, no, end quote. Jobs famously said, quote, no, end quote, to countless good ideas and features. To protect focus on the few things that truly mattered, creating a clean, powerful, and easy to understand brand. The results, the laser focus on a few high value, quote, signals, end quote, the Mac, the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad, rather than many, quote, noise, end quote, products, allowed Apple to find its footing, achieve massive success, and create iconic, simple products that define new markets, proving that focusing on vital 20% yields 80% of the results. Super, super fascinating. I think, let me just check this as well. I can't seem to find it. I think they were going through a very tough time, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll get to that another day. He believed focus came from removing distractions, not chasing everything. A stillness lesson. Innovation comes from saying no and creating space to think. Number three, Abraham Lincoln calm under extreme pressure. As president during crisis, Lincoln was known for patience and restraint. He often wrote letters but did not send them immediately. This pause prevented emotional distractions that could cause damage. Stillness lesson, pause before acting, especially when emotions are high. Number four, Bill Belichick, NFL. We talked about Bill on the podcast already, so another shout out. Maybe Bill's listening, or maybe one day he'll go back, wait and see. I don't know Bill personally, or maybe the Patriot way, I'm not sure. Now Bill's in UNC. I'm talking is like we've been friends forever, so maybe I'm into the future. UNC, most commonly referred to the University of North Carolina. One sec. North Carolina Tar Heels football. Yeah, interesting. Second time it's come up. Put on my hat properly. Excuse me if that was your listening to audio. There is a video on YouTube and Spotify. Maybe we'll get over to Apple someday soon. We are 13 minutes in, so we'll get this. Bill Belichick. Maybe I'll take back everything I said there, but NFL, but very business relevant, known for emotional control and discipline, focuses on preparation and fundamentals, not hype. Ignores outside noise, media praise, criticism, stillness lesson, consistent systems beat emotional swings. Number five, Marcus Aurelius, Stoic leader and emperor, ran an empire while practicing reflection and journaling, focused on what he could control, not chaos around him, made decisions based on reason, not ego. Stillness lesson, inner calm leads to outer effectiveness. Modern CEO who schedules thinking time. Some top executives block quiet, uninterrupted time weekly. No meetings, no emails, just thinking, reviewing priorities. This prevents reactive decision making. Stillness lesson. If you don't schedule stillness, chaos will schedule you. I love the concept. I don't know if this came to me, but the concept of structured and unstructured thinking time. I've been taking, I saw it on TikTok, taking 15 minutes to rest, but that's not to do with this particular thing that I want to talk about, is the concept of thinking time, structured and unstructured. So Just an example, just setting aside 30 minutes, a walk, or just you walk around. I suppose you just go around the place and just be thinking of any different ideas. There'd be no sort of structure to a thought or to any thoughts. And then structured thinking time would be sitting down and maybe having some words or priorities in front of you, or having your calendar, or having some meetings coming up, and maybe structuring or having a framework that you go through in those moments for like 15, 20, 30 minutes. So yeah, I think it's super interesting. Again, I'm not an executive coach, so you can probably talk to them about it. They may know about structured and unstructured thinking time. Just the concept of thinking time is interesting to me. No meetings, no email, just thinking and reviewing priorities. This prevents reactive decision making. Lesson or stillness lessons. If you don't schedule stillness, chaos will schedule you. What all these examples have in common: they avoid overreaction, limit noise and distraction, create space to think, act deliberately, not impulsively. Simple rule from the book: in moments of pressure, slow down. In moments of success, stay grounded. In moments of confusion, seek stillness. And yeah, I suppose that's it. One thing from stillness is the key: create space between stimulus and response. Ryan Holiday emphasizes the most powerful skill in business, leadership, and life is pausing before you react. When something stressful, exciting, upsetting happens, don't answer immediately. Step back, let your emotions settle, and respond with clarity. Why it matters: you avoid emotional mistakes, you see the situation more clearly, your response is intentional, not impulsive. Simple way to practice it: don't reply to messages right away when you're emotional. Take a short walk before making a decision. Write a response, then wait before sending. In short, stillness turns reactions into decisions. Yeah, create space before stimulus and response, or in short, stillness turns reactions into decisions. It's 17 minutes. That's the book.